Half of the nation has not legalized it yet. So investors who picks the best sports betting stocks will put themselves in a position to make a lot of money. What's up, guys? My name is Adam and this is Brookman Finance. I wanted to bring you guys this video today because I opened up a small position in a certain company and I thought it was a very interesting play. The more I researched it, so I thought, well, if I thought it was interesting, then you might think it's interesting too. DraftKings, ticker symbol DKNG, saw an uptick this week. Well, until people started invading the Capitol building and the White House, and then everything kind of started to plummet. New York Governor Cuomo announced that he would be supporting legislation for online sports gambling. He believes the potential revenue the state could see from this endeavor could offset some revenue lost from old roni. If you are unaware who DraftKings is, allow me to explain. DraftKings is an American daily fantasy sports contest and sports betting operator. The company allows users to enter daily and weekly fantasy sports related contests and win money based on individual player performances in 5 major American sports: Major League Baseball, hockey, the NFL, NBA, and professional golf. They are currently trading for $49.61 at the time of this filming and is up 5.5% on the week. Now, winning money in fantasy sports is legal in all but 7 states. Sports betting, however, is a different story. In 2018, the U.S. Supreme Court delivered a historic decision as it struck down the federal ban on sports gambling that prohibits betting on sports in most states. As a result, individual states will now have control over whether to allow sports gambling. The case was brought to the Supreme Court by the state of New Jersey, which has been advocating for legalized sports gambling for years. The Supreme Court voted in favor of striking down the ban with a 6-3 vote. So now states are seeing the revenue brought in by states like New Jersey from sports betting. So a lot of states are starting the process to get this legalized. And every time a state legalizes online sports gambling, because every state has very, very odd gambling laws, but every time a state legalizes online sports gambling, the beneficiaries of this is going to be DraftKings and other similar companies. They're the ones that's going to benefit from it, and if they benefit from it, that share price goes up, and that's when we get excited. Currently, there are 23 states where it is illegal. And even in some states, like my own North Carolina, is very specific to the legalities. For instance, in North Carolina, it's so weird. In North Carolina, it's legal, gambling is, but only for the Cherokee tribe and at 2 casinos. Point being, even though there's 23 states where it's still illegal, even a lot of other states where it is legal, there is still a lot of room to grow. So the market is still very open across the country right now. And just remember, Las Vegas wasn't built by giving money away. This is a very lucrative hustle. The New York governor made his announcement and the share price started ticking up. Now think about what that share price will do when other very big states, very populated states like California, Texas, Florida, who some of these states also have legislation where they're trying to legalize it. Think about what that share price is going to do then. In New Jersey, the state has seen about $80 million in revenue over the past 3 years, with $45 million over just the past 12 months as online sports gambling becomes more popular. It was mentioned that 20% of the people gambling in New Jersey comes from New York. Overall, in New Jersey, mostly online sports betting revenue totaled $332 million in the first 11 months of 2020, up 23% versus the same period in 2019. Cuomo's budget director said that the state was seeking to generate $500 million in annual revenue, not $50 million, from online sports gambling. That means there will be a lot of online gambling, with sites like DraftKings leading the way. And if New York is able to generate $500 million from online sports gambling, I could go to Utah and get it legalized myself. Remember, New York has nearly 3 times the amount of people that New Jersey has, and is one of the most populated states in the country. So it has been on the radar for DraftKings for quite some time. It would be currently the most populated state to legalize it. Like I mentioned, that share price, when these big states like California and Texas announce that they're legalizing online sports gambling, this share price could double. Just the fact that the biggest states in the country hasn't yet legalized this yet, that the biggest states aren't in the mix on this share price, but are seeking legislation to get it legalized, should get investors very interested. DraftKings' market cap of $38 billion is impressive, plus the potential growth of online sports gambling is enormous. We already do everything with our phones anyway. Even Michael Jordan made headlines in September this past year by investing in DraftKings. A lot of people consider DraftKings a very risky stock, and some people consider it a sin stock, but no one denies the revenue potential and what that share price, and that share price could jump up to 10 times what it is now. One of DraftKings' main competitors, Penn National Gaming, ticker symbol PENN, their revenue dropped 77% from $1.32 billion to $305 million due to its 43 physical casino locations being vacant from COVID-19. Investors should also be aware of another big DraftKings competitor called FanDuel. But since FanDuel isn't publicly traded yet, DraftKings is still the best way for you to invest in the daily fantasy sports market today. As a publicly traded company, DraftKings has more access to capital and thus higher growth potential than FanDuel. With good financials already, although they've spent a lot of money and it shows the loss, they've spent a majority of it on marketing and getting their name out there. But I believe you could see a 30 to 40% return on this stock just based off the amount of states left to legalize this thing. So a 30 to 40% return, and I don't really feel like that's being that crazy with it. I feel like it's 30% is kind of conservative. I've heard of a lot higher returns on this stock, but I'm going to say I'm going out there around 30% returns over the next few years as states begin to legalize it. So there you have it. To me, DraftKings is a buy. I have invested personally into DraftKings, and I think they're going to make me some money over the next few years. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on DraftKings. As always, I hope your stocks stay green. I hope you stay safe. And I hope everyone out there takes care.